Welcome to the 2021 World Open Sub-Junior, Junior and Masters Classic Powerlifting Championships. We're here at the Eleiko headquarters in Halmstad, Sweden. This is day 5, second session. We have 3 sessions today on 2 platforms. This is platform 2. I just want to take a moment to thank Eleiko. They welcomed us here to their headquarters. We're in their building. They've given us the space to put the competition on, the warm-up area, and they've provided an enormous training space for the athletes that are arriving. They've provided the platform equipment, the combo rack you can see there, the bars, the weights, absolutely everything. And of course, being Eleiko, it is absolutely superb, the best equipment in the world. We're also grateful to SBD, manufacturers of strength apparel, relied upon by world-class strength athletes. And of course, Eleiko and SBD do so much more than just sponsor these competitions. They support athletes and federations and the entire sport right across the world. We have for you here, we have the sub-junior, 74 kilo and 83 kilo classes. We're going to run this as 2 groups. So the 74 kilo lifters are going to come out and do all their squats, and then the 83 kilo lifters are going to come out and do all their squats. Shane McGarry of Ireland is going to lead us out. These are sub-junior lifters, so they are a maximum of 18 years old. You can compete in the IPF from your 14th birthday up until the entire year you turn 18. Shane has asked for 147.5 kilos. That's a huge PB for him already. He states his PB is 120 and he's just squatted 147.5 like it was nothing at all. Great start for Shane. Bars loaded for Wiktor Tarnowski from Poland. Brand new lifter, been competing for 1 year. Listed PB is 155. He's coming out for 155. I hope he's coming out. The clock's ticking down. He's got 45 seconds left to go. Just coming a little bit late to the platform there. We can see from the graphic that he's a 74 kilo sub-junior lifter.
Good lift on wall.
That's a nice lift for Victor. Gets him on the board. And that's really what we want to see. We don't want to see any lifters struggling with the weight at this stage. It's really nerve-wracking walking out for your first squat. You walk out onto the platform, there's lights, cameras, and IPF referees. This is the toughest platform in the world. 175 kilos for Agustin Lorenzo from the Philippines. .190.5 personal best. So he should have a bit of room to manoeuvre here. Squatting in flats. Whether you use flats or heels is entirely personal preference and to some extent your physical anatomy. That was strong. 3 white lights for 3 red plates. Next up we have Min, Vin and Lee from the Netherlands. This is last year as a sub-junior. He'll move up to the juniors next year. He has requested the same weight, 175 kilos.
No lift on wall, 2 to 1.
Looks up for the start command, signal to the referee he is ready to begin. Depth looked nice.
Good lift on 2.
And that's 3 white lights. He is on the board.
Bar loaded on 1. Yep, loaded.
2.
On 2. Bar loaded on 2.
Here comes Elmeri Kujala from Finland, looking for 190 to open his account.
Bar loaded on 1.
Another lifter right at the top of the age class, 18 years old. Brand new in the sport. Kept his position very well, but did not quite take that down far enough. When you see the red lights beneath we've got red lights to indicate a failure. We also have coloured lights underneath to indicate the category of failure. And a red on squat is always for depth.
Bar loaded on 2.
Teo Caligera from Croatia. So if we see the red clock that's ticking down there in the top right of the graphic, that's the 60 seconds he has from bar loaded to begin his squat attempt.
Loaded on 1.
Depth was great.
Good lift on 2.
And that is a good lift. So, we have a big lift coming up here. Vadim Plakotnikov from Kazakhstan. Now, he's coming out for 220. The world record in sub-juniors is 228. So, let's see how this goes. Might be looking at a world record attempt. But first, he has to do this.
Loaded on 1.
And that looked very strong. Oh, but not deep enough. He can be as strong as he likes. He has to take that bar to depth. So yeah, you have to lower yourself down to so that the hip crease is below the top of the knee. Parallel is not enough. You have to break parallel. But he was very strong. I'm sure he can come back and get that on his next attempt. So we're through now to the second round of squats.
Loaded on 1.
Shane McGarry is coming out for 157.5. Some of these sub-juniors and juniors are smashing their PBs by ridiculous numbers, partly because younger lifters do progress much faster, and also partly due to the compressed schedule we have because of COVID restrictions. A lot of lifters haven't really done many competitions for a while. Here's Shane, 157.5 on the bar. Had to do some work to get that through the sticking point. Good lift. Good lift for Shane. Tarnowski next. Came out for 155. He has asked for 162.5 to be loaded onto the bar.
Loaded on 1.
That's some effort. Didn't really look in doubt, but he had to put some work in. And that's 3 white lights for the Polish lifter.
Good lift on 1, 2 to 1. Loaded on 2.
We have the Dutch lifter coming out next. Vinan Lemin. If you look at the graphic at the top, it's showing us that squat rank goes from 3 to 2. That means he will move up in position from 3rd to 2nd. These little graphics show a lot of information if you can interpret them properly, but if you do want to follow the live score sheet, you'll find that at goodlift.info.
30 seconds on 1, 30 seconds on 2.
Taking his time, keeps that under control very nicely. And that's 3 white lights at 182.5 kilos, 400 pounds. 185 next. For the lifter from the Philippines, Agustin Lorenzo. Only been competing for 2 years. This will move him ahead of the Dutch lifter, but obviously we have 2 very strong lifters still to get an attempt in. Locks his knees, gets the start command.
30 seconds on 1. 2
to 1. The blue card failure for on squat is either downward movement of the bar, which I didn't see there, or lock out. So I think that was a failure to lock the knees and stand erect at the end of the squat. Nevertheless, 2 to 1 is a good lift. Elmeri Kuyala coming out for his 2nd try at 190. Now that looked better. Was it good enough? It was. He's on the board. 3 white lights for 190 kilos for Kuyala. Teo Caligera next, Croatia. Opened at 210. It's gone up 10 kilos, 220. It's another lifter within reach of the World Sub-Junior squat record.
Loaded on 1.
He lost that right at the very bottom. Now he stood up with that. I don't know whether he's going to get white lights for it. He is not. The bar dipped. The bar must travel in a straight line, and if you get any downward movement, that is a blue failure. He really lost all control at the bottom there. He was very strong to stand up with that. But he will get another attempt. The jury members just called for 5 spotters, as we are over 200 kilos. Now, this is Plakotnikov. He didn't get deep enough with this the first time out, but he will make sure to correct that this time. That's lots better. And he looks pleased. I think he should do that. That was a very strong squat. He's on the board and he is within 8 kilos of the world record. Very strong young man. But these are the standings now as we go into round 3 of the squat. Plakotnikov from Caligera from Kuyala. And we will have Shane McGarry come out next for 160.
Sorry, no lift on 1. No lift on 1.
Clock is ticking. The bar is loaded. We just need Shane McGarry. Here he comes. The Irish team have had a phenomenal week. They came into this competition never having had a world champion in any weight category, and as of today they have 3. He's not quite there today. But there's a huge amount of support from the Irish team that have lifted here already and are yet to lift. Viktor Tarnowski now from Poland. He has only gone up 2.5 kilos. can see from the graphic he was successful at 155 and 162.5. This is 165. Oh, he kept that under control. He's working it, but it just will not quite go. That was a valiant effort. Leaves him with the best of 162.5. Finn Anlam in next. He's gone up 5 kilos.
Loaded on 2.
This will move him up a place. It'll move him up from 5th to 4th.
Loaded on 1. Two attempts remain to change openers on 2. 2 attempts to change openers on 2.
Very careful and controlled. That looks like a very well judged third attempt. And he's moved up a place for the moment. He's moved ahead of the lifter from the Philippines, Lorenzo. However, Lorenzo is out next and he's looking to take that place back.
Loaded on 1.
PB of 190.5, he's coming out for 195. And this will move him all the way up to bronze medal position. However, it'll move him ahead of the Finn, but the Finn still has a lift to go. Sits in, drives it up. And he has his hands on the squat bronze. Can he keep it? Ameri Kuyala is going to look to take that back. He has requested 207.5. That's quite a big jump. These are 74 kilo lifters. Kuyala's weighed in today less than 73. So this is quite a big jump. And he is pushing through. 2 to 1, that's a good lift. There was one failure on depth, but 2 to 1, he has taken that bronze medal back from Lorenzo. Now, Caligera. He didn't manage this last time round. Let's see what he can do this time. This won't change his ranking in any way. He's got the silver medal on squat. He can't get the gold because he is much heavier than the lifter from Kazakhstan by a good 3 kilos. Yeah, he made much better work of that. 220, a good lift, and the silver medal in squat from the lifter from Croatia. Plakotnikov, we have a sub-junior world record coming up. The current record is 228. He doesn't want to chip it. He's going straight to 230, and he has looked strong today. It's his own record. He took this in Helsingborg, the last time this competition was held. And it's his last year as a sub-junior, so he's going to want to push this up the road as far as he can with 230 kilos. Depth looked good. He thinks he's got it. Do the referees agree? They do, 2-1. That's a new sub-junior world record for Plotnikov. Fantastic lifting there. We're running 2 groups, so we're going to go straight into the second group now, which is the sub-junior 83 kilo class. And Theo Goff from the UK is going to lead us out.
182.5, 83 kilo class, Theo Goff, Great Britain. Good lift on 1.
He squatted 195 at his qualifying competition earlier this year. Lifting in his first international, he's opening with 182.5, 403 pounds. Nice depth, and he looks strong under that bar.
Waiting for 1 vote on 2.
Just waiting for the verdict from the referees. That's a good lift for Theo.
2 for Goff. Loaded on 2.
David Lucina, Czechia next. Squat PB is 182.5, coming out for 187.5.
Loading on 1.
Ah, strong. 2-1, a good lift. I wasn't certain about the depth, and one of the referees wasn't certain either, but 2-1 is a good lift. Aaron Happonen from Finland. Only been lifting a year,
No more changes on 1. No more changes on 1.
so he's a brand new lifter. Squat PB is 190.5, this is 190.
Good lift on 1, 2-1.
But I can see that only last month he did squat 200. Sometimes we submit these numbers and the lifter does a competition after that, so they're slightly out of date. However, little bit loose at the bottom of the squat there, but certainly strong enough to bring it up. And that's 2-1, a good lift. Not quite sure what the failure was. A yellow card can be for several infractions. Dara McCullough. So these are the 83 kilo class. Sub-juniors still. Dara's coming out for 190 kilos to match his current PB.
Loading on 1.
Nice controlled descent, and that weight presented no problem at all for Dara.
Loading on.
Good lift.
Good lift on 2.
Aaron Hoxolari from Great Britain.
Loading on 1. On 2. Loading on 2. Sorry.
PB is 215. He's coming out for 190.
Good lift on 1.
He's sent out to the platform by Donut Barbell there. Gets the squat command. Made short work of the weight. And that's a good lift. Mikula Sikora, Czechia.
Loading on 2.
He is coming out to match his current PB of 200 kilos. Looking resplendent in full SBD Eclipse gear.
Good lift on 1.
Nice opener.
Waiting for 1 vote on 2. Still waiting for a vote on 2. We got it. Good lift on 2.
And that was a good lift.
Loading on 1. Loaded on 2.
Ponomarev from the Russian Olympic Committee. He has asked for 215 kilos to be loaded to the bar for his opening attempt. Looks very strong. And that's a good lift for Alexander.
Good lift on 1, 2 to 1.
Ostap Kosik from
Loaded
Ukraine.
on 2. Loaded on 1.
Looking for 220 to open his account. Good lift, and that is every one of the 83 kilo class has nailed their opener. That's great to see. That's good lifting from these young lifters. There's the standings as we have at the minute. Kosik from Ponomarev from Sikora.
Loaded on 1. Loaded on 2.
It really spoils your day when you fail your opening squat for whatever reason, and it is a very nervous thing to do, to come out for your first time on the international platform, facing down those IPF referees. Pete Sparks coaching.
Good lift on 1.
Depth look good, strength look good.
Loaded on 2.
197.5 for Theo Goff. Next up we have David Lucina from Czechia. He's gone up 10 kilos from his opener.
Loaded on 1.
Looking for 197.5. Good lift for David.
Good lift on 2.
Aaron Happinen coming out now for 200 kilos.
Good lift on 1. Loaded on 1.
Oh, look at that. That gave him some significant trouble to move through the sticking point. I think he just got a little bit out of position.
No lift on 2.
And
2 to
two
1.
of the referees saw downward movement of the bar. That's a shame. He will have to come out and take that again. In the meantime, Darren McCullough opened at 190, gone up to 200. So this is a 10 kilo platform PB for him.
Good lift on
Looks
1.
to have a very low bar position there. Oh, that's a lovely squat.
Good lift on 2. Loaded on 1.
Good lift for Dara. Hoxolari next. He has gone up quite a long way. He's gone from 190 to 207. That's not a bad strategy, really. You want to really nail your opener, make it look easy. Don't tire yourself out by doing two attempts close together. So this is a good strategy here, and this will move him up to, as we can see from that graphic, rank 7 to 3. This will put him in bronze medal position, at least for the moment. Now that looked very strong. And it was a good
On
lift.
two.
It's a good lift. He is keeping that squat bronze medal warm for the minute. However,
Lift on one, 2 to 1.
here comes
Loading on
Sikora,
two.
looking to take that back with 2:15.
Loading on one.
Oh, he's got quite a lot of knee cave there, shifted over to the left quite a bit. He controlled that very, very well. That must have been difficult to bring through. That's a good lift for him, and that moves him up to silver, actually. That moves him ahead of Ponomarev because he is lighter. Sikora has weighed in 1.5 kilos lighter. If two lifters call for the same weight, then the lifter with the lowest lot number goes first, but if they squat the same weights, the lighter body weight takes the advantage. Ponomarev, 225, 4 red plates. He has been asked to replace the bar. I'm not certain what the issue is, but he's back under the bar again now, and he's still got 30 seconds. He has not got the start command.
20 seconds remain on two.
The referees are not happy with his start position. He's not standing upright. There we go. He has managed to pull himself upright with 4 seconds to go. He has got the squat command at the very last, but unfortunately he didn't take it to the required depth. That is a hard thing to do, to unrack that same weight 3 times. So he didn't get that attempt. He's still in bronze medal position for the minute, and he does get to come out there again. It was hard for me to see from the front angle quite what was wrong with that, but when I kind of leaned around to the side, I could see that he was not standing upright. He was leaning over quite a long way. However, Ostap Kosic, 230. He's already leading the way. He wants to put another 10 kilos on there.
Good lift on one.
That is a really, I wouldn't say dangerous, but maybe inconsistent style for a lot of people. He dive bombs right to the bottom and then drives it up. You get a lot of advantage from the stretch reflex there, and that certainly works for him because he is leading his class. Kosic from Sikora from Ponomarev. As we go into the third round, and here is Aaron Happonen for 200. Third round of squats now, so here is where the squat placings are finalised. And he is driving through that. Wow, the bar almost stopped. But he managed to get that moving again. And that was a good lift. That's moved him up a couple of places. However, here comes Theo Goff for 205.
Loaded on one.
This will move him up several places. And of course, it's not just about the individual lift medals. This is about building a total for the overall world title. First time representing Britain. He went very deep there, but he has come up with the weight. That's a great lift for Theo Goff.
Loaded on two.
David Lacina next from Czechia. He is also looking for 205. He's lighter body weight than Goff, so that will move him ahead of Goff. If he makes it. Didn't look quite as deep as his previous ones. Was it deep enough? It was not. It was not, so that leaves him with the best of 197.5. Darren McCullough of Ireland. 207.5. This will move him ahead of the British lifter Goff. And it'll move him ahead of the British lifter Hoxolari as he is lighter in body weight. However, Hoxolari is still to lift. Sits it right down, but could not get up again with it. So that leaves him with the best of 200. Goff is safe in 5th place for the moment as we go into the last few squats of this session. Aaron Hoxolari. Open with 190, went to 207.5. He's putting another 7.5 kilos on there. This will match his stated PB and get his hands on the bronze medal in squat. He's pushing through it, he's sticking with it, and he's driving that up. That was an RPE 10 squat if ever I saw one. However, it did not quite go down far enough. That leaves him with the best of 207.5 and 4th place in squat. Sikora has requested 220 for his final squat.
Good lift on 1.
Very deep, maybe a little too deep on that occasion. Leaves him with the best of 215. He's in silver medal position right this second, but Ponomarev is coming out to take that away. Alexander Ponomarev for 225 kilos. And the squat silver. Didn't make this last time. And did not make it this time either. Failure to achieve the required depth. So that leaves him with the 215 and the bronze in squat. Last squat of this session, 237.5 for Ostap Kosic. We're going to have a real scrap on our hands as I'm looking at the projected totals here for the lifters from Ukraine, Czech and Russian Olympic Committee, and this will be very close towards the end of the competition. But for the moment, this is 237.5 for Ostap Kosic from Ukraine. Deep, but didn't quite want to come up. Leaves him with the best of 230, but he still gets the gold medal on squat. Okay, we are going to take a 10-minute break, and we'll see you back here for bench. Welcome back to the APF World Classic Powerlifting Championships. We're into day 5, this is the second session, and we have the sub-junior 74 kilo and 83 kilo lifters for you on this platform. If you're looking for the junior lifters, they're over on platform 1, running at the moment. These are the sub-junior lifters. We have in group 1 the 74s, and then they will do all their benches, and then we will have the 83 kilo class come out and do all their benches. My name's Joe Whiteley. It is my absolute pleasure to be commentating on these championships for you. I will do my best to keep you up to speed with where the battles are and where how people are getting on. If you want to look up the training history of any of these athletes, you can go to openipf.org. If you want to follow the live score sheet, you can go to goodlift.info. That will also give you the timetable for the rest of the competition. We're about to kick off the bench press with Viktor Tarnowski. He has requested 72.5 for his opening attempt.
Good lift on 1 for Addy. 255. Next weight on the bar on 1.
That looked like a nice opening attempt for Viktor. Shane McGarry comes out next for 107.5.
Loaded on 2.
You see from the graphic he's from Ireland. He's a 74 kilo sub-junior lifter. On the right hand side on the blue you can see that he had squatted 157.5. That graphic will continue to populate as we work through the competition.
Loaded on 1.
This is 107.5 kilos. And that's a nice opener for Shane. Vinan Limin next.
Loaded on 2. Well caught loaders, no lift for Fuji on
All
1,
of these lifters are the 74 kilo class.
10-minute break on 1.
And this is 115 kilos for the Dutch lifter. So that's a nice big arch there. That reduces his range of motion, also turns it into more of a decline motion, which is stronger and keeps the shoulders safer. And that's a great lift, 115 kilos for Vinan Limin. Here's Vadim Plakotnikov. Was super strong on the squat, broke his own sub-junior world record, opening his bench with 120. Just making sure his wrist wrap is secure. His PB is currently 120. He is not getting the start command from the referees. Been asked to replace the bar. I think it's his feet. I think his feet are not flat. I think that's the problem. He's still got time. He can still do it. He just needs to... Yes, he's got the start command. Oh. Yeah, I think the problem is when you rush like that because he couldn't get to start position quickly enough, then it is very difficult to do your best work. So that was no lift for Plakotnikov from Kazakhstan, but he's Very strong lifter. I'm sure he can come out and get that next time. Kujala, Finland. Opening with 125. 2 red plates. Strong. Very good, gets him on the board. And that's a 15 kilo competition personal best.
Bar is loaded, 142.5 kilos for Agustin.
Agustin Lorenzo. Opening with 142.5. We are very nearly up to double body weight. With an 18-year-old lifter. And we are not done yet. Not getting the start command. And it's his feet. His feet must be flat on the floor. As flat as his footwear will allow is what the rules say. Corrected it this time. Got the command. He racked it before he got the rack command, unfortunately. You have to hold the bar at full extension and wait for the centre referee to give you the rack command. So, we have Kalogiera from Croatia coming out for 162.5. The world sub-junior record in this class is only 3 kilos higher. So he is doing a sensible thing, he's getting one in. Not going straight for the record, even though it's quite close. Oh dear, that didn't look easy. What do the referees think? 2-1, it's a good lift, he's on the board. However, you'd want your opener to be a little bit more comfortable than that. Give you a bit of confidence, get you on the board, and give you room to push on. We're into round 2 of the squat, of the bench. We're done with the squat, this is the bench press. And we have Tarnowski coming out for 75. Strong press. And that's a good lift for the Polish lifter.
2 minutes to change openers on 1.
Shane McGarry of Ireland.
Bars loaded, 115 kilos. Shane McGarry, Ireland, on 2.
Opened with 107.5, gone up to 115. Just explaining to the handoff guy exactly what he wants. Maybe he didn't get the bar exactly where he wanted last time. $115 kilos on the bar. And he's got to put some work in, but that goes. 3 white lights.
120 next weight on the bar for Plakotnikov, Kazakhstan. Bar is loaded.
Plakotnikov missed this last time, had a difficulty getting his opening position correct. You won't get the start permission, the start command, unless the referees are all happy with your start permission. Feet must be flat, bum down, head down, hands in the correct position on the bar. However, this is a super strong young man, and I'm sure he can get this. Weighed in very light in this class, only weighed in at 70.26. I wonder if he often competes as a 6-6. Much better. Much better. He's on the board. Of course, he wants to protect his new Sub-Junior World Squat record. If he didn't make a total, he could not take the record.
No more changes on 1, good lift on 2, power loaded on 2. 3 minutes to lift off on
Anne
1.
Lee from the Netherlands.
And spotters to the platform, please, on 1.
Opened with 115, this is 120. Matches pretty much his PB of 120.5. Self lift out. Nice strong press there.
Good lift on 2.
Elmeri Kuhala. He's gone up 7.5 kilos from his opener. Currently in silver, in bronze medal position. This will move him up to silver. However, Lorenzo has still to bench and he hasn't got one in yet.
Loaded on 2.
Elmeri Kuhala for 132.5.
Good lift on 2, 132.5.
Good lift for the finish lifter.
142.5.
He's now in silver medal position on bench. He's sitting in third place overall. Once we get into third round of bench, we can start to see how the overall positions start to shake down. Agustin Lorenzo next. He missed this on his opener. Racked it before the rack command. He's gone out for the same weight. That's a safe thing to do. Easy press. Good lift for Lorenzo. He's on the board. And he goes straight to silver medal position on bench. Pops him up into fourth overall. Calaguera, he's gone up a full 7.5 kilos. The world record is 165.5.
Loaded on 1.
He hasn't chipped it, he's gone to 170.
Loaded on 2. This is a World Sub-Junior record attempt on platform 2 for the Croatian lifter.
He is looking to put a full 4.5 kilos on that bench record.
I'll do it for you.
It's going, it looks good to me. Did it look good to the referees? It did, 2-1, that's a good lift and a new Sub-Junior world record for Teo Calaguera from Croatia. And he still has one attempt left. So we are now through to the third round of bench. This is Viktor Tarnowski. Coming out for 80, slightly unusual progression to go 72.5, 75, 80. Usually you take a bigger step to your second, which makes me wonder if he timed out getting his attempt in. Nice, very strong.
Good lift on 2.
Shane McGarry from Ireland. Only added 2.5 kilos to his second.
Loaded on 1.
This won't move him up any places, but hey, this is 27 kilo, 27.5 kilo PB attempt. His competition PB was 90 kilos when he walked through the door this morning. And now we're up to 117.5. And that's not quite there today. He's not left anything behind though. He was successful at 115 and failed 117.5. So he has got the biggest weight he was capable of today. It's not about what you did in the gym last week or what you think you might be able to do. It's about what you've got in you on the day.
Good lift on 1.
Vietnam
Loaded on 1.
for 122.5. That's only 2.5 kilos up. This will move him up one place. Doesn't quite get him into the bench medals. Electing self-lift out. Some lifters do this at internationals in competitions because they feel it gives more consistency than taking a handoff of someone they've never met before. No, not quite there. Leaves him with the best of 120.
No lift on 2.
He's at 307.5 on subtotal. Vadim Plakotnikov
Good lift on 1.
has requested 130 kilos to be loaded onto the bar.
Loaded on 1.
PB is 120. This is 130 kilos. And that looked good to me. And it looked good to the referees too, and 2-1 is good enough. That gives him a subtotal of 360. He's not in the medals on bench, but he is sitting in second place overall. Elmeri Kujala next, Finland. He's guaranteed the bench bronze.
No more changes to openers on 2. No more changes to openers on 2.
And that's tough, but he's fighting through it. That was a perfectly judged third attempt. 135 kilos for Kujala and the bronze in bench.
Loaded on 2.
Lorenzo
Loaded on 1.
coming out for 147.5. Had a bit of trouble getting his start position right on his opener, but he got that right last time. He is guaranteed the bench silver. He's in 4th place overall, and this will get him closer to the finish lifter on the overall competition. Nice. 2-1, a good lift. And that gives him a subtotal 342.5. Both Lorenzo and Kujala on 342.5 at subtotal. But here we have another sub-junior world record for Teo Caligera from Croatia. Smashed it on his second. Added 4.5 kilos to it, and here's another 5.
Loaded on 1.
Oh, not quite, not quite. Just wasn't going.
Deadlift on 2.
He leaves him with the best of 170 kilos, a gold in bench, and the world sub-junior bench record. So we go into the second group now. This is the 83 kilo class, and we are being led out by Aaron Happonen from Finland. He has requested 115 kilos. Easy. There's a red failure on one side. That's unusual on bench. Usually it means it touched the belt or it didn't reach the chest.
Loaded on 2.
However, it was a good lift, 2-1. And here's Aaron Hoxolari. Gets the start command. Nice, keeps his chest up. That's a strong press. 125 for Aaron Hoxolari.
Good lift on 2.
Next up, we have Darren McCullough. Ireland fielded a much larger team than usual at this competition. They're doing extraordinarily well. Here's Darren McCullough, opening with 127.5. Look nice. Not super easy, but certainly not in any doubt. He got one red light from the side referee. Yellow card can be one of a number of failures.
Good lift on 1.
Alexander Ponomarev.
Loaded on 1.
Has asked for 135 to open his account on bench. Good lift
On 2.
at 135.
Loaded on 2.
David Lacina next, 137.5.
Good lift on 1, 2-1. Loaded on 1.
PB is listed as 120. So he's opening with a 17.5 kilo personal best. Very nice indeed. Lovely high arch. Got a good touch. And an easy press out. Good lift for Lacina.
Loaded on 2.
Ostap Kosic took the gold on squat. Opening his bench with 140.
Loaded on 1. Loaded on 1. Good lift on 2.
Nice lift there for Kosic. Gets him on the board. And we have Mikolas Sikora. 2 lifters from the Czech Republic in this class. Corey coming out for 140.
Good lift on 1. Loaded on 1.
Nice. Flares the elbows, presses out.
Good lift on 2.
One more opening bench to go. This is Theo Goff from Great Britain. Opening with 152.5. That's a huge, huge bench opener for an 83 kilo sub-junior. I think he was a bit quick trying to explain there to the handoff guy what he wanted. I'm not sure the message really went across there. However, hopefully he will get what he requires.
Good lift on 1.
Gets the command.
Loaded on 1.
No, that was impressive 2 parts. The bar definitely stalled. One referee thought that it dipped, but the rest did not, so that's a good lift. And he's on the board and in the lead on bench press. It's also popped him up into 2nd place overall. And he's within reach of the Ukrainian. This is a case where bench does win or lose you the championship, it looks like. That's pushed Goff up a long way in the rankings. So we go into the 2nd round. 122.5 for Aaron Happenin. He's gone up 7.5.
No lift on 1. Loaded on 1. Good lift on 2.
Good lift for the finish lifter. Darren McCullough next. He's only gone up 2.5 kilos.
Good lift on 1.
That was hard coming off the chest. Yeah, he was right, only to go up 2.5 kilos. If he gets that absolutely spot on for his next attempt, he might have a chance at it. Aaron Hoxolari. He's taken a 7.5 kilo increase from his opener. Unfortunately there, I think the start command on the other platform confused him. He heard the start command from the other platform. That's really unfortunate. We have Alexander Ponomarev next with 140. I'm sitting between the 2 platforms and I must admit I heard that command too. However, Alexander Ponomarev next for 140. This is his 2nd attempt. And that was a no lift. I looked away for a second to look at the scoreboard and I didn't quite see what happened there, I'm sorry. David Lucina, 142.5. This will move him up to 4th place into the silver medal position on bench. Receives the bar with his bum off the bench and then settles down into position to get the command. That's a nice bench for David Lucina.
Good lift on 2. Loaded on 2.
Ostap Kosic next. He's gone up 5 kilos from his opening bench. And this will move him up to the silver medal position for the moment.
Loaded on 1.
That's a good lift for Ostap. He is leading the way in the overall, but there's very little in it now between him and Goff. Here's Mikolas Sikora. He benched 154 at Czech Nationals only a couple of weeks ago. And that looked good. It didn't look like he had too much more to come on that bench. But for the moment, that puts him up into silver medal position on bench and pushes Goff down to 3rd on subtotal. This is going to be a close fight right through the rankings. So here's Theo Goff. He's gone up 10 kilos. Now I can see that the world record in this class is 170.5. This is 162.5. So let's see how this moves, and if it's super easy, he might have a stab at that.
Loaded on 1.
No, that's definitely not super easy. And I think he went for the rack before the command as well. Yeah, we have a number of failures there. One of them is on the rack command. One of them is on downward movement of the bar. So I don't think we'll see a world record attempt from Goff this time. And we're now through. Here are the standings as we move into the 3rd round. Kosic from Sikora from Goff. And here's Aaron Happonen with 127.5. The Irish lifter McCullough is not coming out again, and I think that's reasonable. He did not have any more in him at all. And that's a fight, but he's working through it. That was a very brave and determined attempt from the Finn, and it was successful. That gives him a best of 127.5, and he's at 327.5 at subtotal. Honestly, there's a real fight right the way down through the rankings here for position. Hoxolari missed 132.5. He's gone for 135.
No lift on 1. Loaded on 1.
Nice. And he was right to move up. That is a successful lift for Aaron Hoxolari at 135. Gives him 342.5 at subtotal. Alexander Ponomarev for 140. Second attempt at this weight.
1 attempt remains to make any changes on 1. 1 attempt remains.
Referee's just waiting until he stops shuffling his feet. And that's not going. Gives him a best of 135.
Good lift on 1, no lift on 2.
And 350 subtotal. Lucina from Czechia. Gone up 5 kilos. This is 147.5. This moves him up to bronze medal position for the moment. Can he get his hands on that medal? He's already miles up the road from his PB of 120. Maximum permitted width grip. Flares his elbows, and I think he just got that out of line. Leaves him with best of 142.5 and a 540, 340 subtotal. Here's Ostap Kosic, the man leading the way currently in the overall competition. This will move him ahead of Sikora in the bench podium. Added 5 kilos to his second attempt. And he has fought that to a standstill. Leaves him with best of 145. He's still sitting in overall first place, but he'll have to be happy with the bronze on bench. Sikora looking for 150 kilos. Only got up 2.5. He's guaranteed the silver on bench. He has not waited for the start command. So this is a bit of a wasted effort anyway, but he didn't make the lift anyway. So it leaves him with the best of 147.5 and a 362.5 subtotal. Theo Goff missed this last time. Going to take it again. He has got the gold on bench. This will move him back ahead of the Czech lifter in the overall competition. And he will only be 7.5 kilos behind the Ukrainian. Everything to play for in the 83s. And that's loads better. Has he got it? Yes, he has. That's another 10 kilos to take through to the overall competition. And the gold medal for Theo Goff in bench. We're going to take a 10-minute break while we reload the platform, and we'll see you back here for deadlift. Welcome back to the IPF World Classic Powerlifting Championships. We're here at the Eleiko headquarters in Halmstad, Sweden. We've seen some phenomenal lifting so far. We're on day 5, session 2. This is the sub-junior 74 kilo and 83 kilo men. We will see this run as 2 groups, so all the 74 kilo lifters will do their deadlifts and then we'll go through to the 83s. Those are the standings as they are at the minute. Caligiera from Plakotnikov from Lorenzo. And we are just counting down now. The bar has just hit the floor. So we are ready to get the party started. Viktor Tarnowski is going to lead us out with a deadlift of 160 kilos. Bar loaded. Here he comes.
Good lift on 1.
Nice and easy opener for Tarnowski.
Lights on 2, please. Following on 1. Good lift on 2.
Good lift for Tarnowski. Next up we have Shane McGarry. He's opening with 210, which is a 30 kilo PB. The clock's ticking for Shane. Hopefully we will see him pop out of the wings.
Sorry, no lift on 1.
Pulling sumo, quite a wide sumo stance, got quite long legs. Oh, he did just lose his balance a little bit at the top, which is not that unusual on sumo. Actually managed all 3 colour failures there, which is quite special. Vidan Lumin from the Netherlands. He's asked for 212.5. Pulling hook grip. That was a nice opener. Hook grip is where you wrap your fingers around on top of your thumb in order to get the best possible grip. It means that you don't have to have the asymmetry of lifting with one hand over and one hand under. However, the pain in your thumbs is intense. Here's Agustin Lorenzo. Opening with 220. A little bit shaky, but a good lift. Elmeri Kiala next. He has requested 230 kilos for his opening attempt. We have a real tight fight in this class. We'll get through the first round of deadlifts and we'll see how that all shakes down for the overall. Also pulling hook grip with a sumo stance. Sumo is where the feet are outside the hands. Nice, that was fast. That was very fast. Usually sumo deadlifts are difficult to break from the floor, but it makes the lockout much easier. However, that came up like lightning. Caligiera next. This will be a sub-junior world total record.
It's a world total sub-junior record coming up on 2.
The current is 62.8 Oh, look at that. That was superb. He's just put nearly 10 kilos on the sub-junior total world record. Phenomenal, and that looked super easy. One more pull to come. This is Plakotnikov. He took the world record, sub-junior world record on his squat. And he's going to open his deadlift with 250. He's 21 kilos away from the world record. He's fired up, he's ready to go. Nice, very nice. I wonder if we will see a deadlift world record attempt from him, because that was superb. Good lift for Plakotnikov. And we go into round 2. So, Calogiera is leading with 632.5. Plakotnikov is on 610, and Kuyal is on 572.5. So, however, the Lorenzo is only 10 kilos behind there, so we still have placings to come in. But for the minute, this is Viktor Tarnovsky. That was a tough pull. Slightly off balance. I wonder if he got his grip in exactly right, because he was slightly over to one side. Good lift nonetheless at 170 kilos.
Loaded on 2.
Shane McGarry from Ireland. He just lost his balance a little bit on his opener. Hopefully he can keep his nerves in check now and come out and get this spot on.
2 to 1, no lift on 1.
A little bit late to the platform.
Loaded on 2, 1, loaded on 1.
That looked better. Oh, he...
Can we not swear, please? It is against the rules of competition.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I thought he had that and his grip went right at the top, so he is really under pressure now. He needs his third to put a total up.
Bar is loaded on 2.
Vinan Limin from the Netherlands.
Let's go, Vin!
212.5 to 220.
No lift on 1.
Difficult to break from the floor, but he stuck with it, stayed patient,
Loaded on 1.
and took that all the way to lockout, and is rewarded with 3 white lights. And a pat on the head from his coach. Lorenzo's in quite a tight fight with Kujala.
Bar loaded on 2.
He's gone up 10 kilos. And this will push the Finn out of third medal position, but then the Finn does come out to respond. So here's Lorenzo for 230. This matches his current PB.
Good lift on 1.
Tough lockout. What do the referees think of that? They think he did not fully manage to lock it out. His shoulders weren't back. I think his knee was unlocked, if I'm honest. I'm not really at the best angle to see that, but certainly the failure was for lockout. So he did not manage to push the finish lifter down. So this is Kujala coming out for 240, and he will pull away now from Lorenzo if he makes this. Fast, so fast off the floor.
No lift on 1, just too heavy.
That's very
Good
impressive.
lift on 2.
I don't think it's really possible for him to catch up to this silver medal position lifter.
Loaded on 2.
But there's some very impressive deadlifts. Speaking of which, here's Calaguera for 255. Open at 242.5, he's gone up 12.5 kilos. He wants to pull out the lead to Plakotnikov. And again, slightly tough record there. And of course, he took the total world sub-junior world total record with his opening lift. So that moved it even further up the road. So here's Plakotnikov coming out for 260. His opener was very strong indeed. This doesn't move him up in the overall, but it will take him to gold medal position in deadlift. Difficult to break from the floor. Long arms he has. He's made to deadlift. And that's 260 for Plakotnikov. So as we go into the third round, Calaguera is a good way up the road now. He's on 645, ahead of Plakotnikov's 620, so probably can't be caught in the overall. But I'm still waiting to see what Plakotnikov's going to put in for his third deadlift. Will we see a world record deadlift attempt? Viktor Tarnovsky is leading us out into the third round. 175 kilos on the bar. And he's struggling with it, but he's staying with it. That is a tough pull. He showed some grit and determination to stick with that. However, that was a no lift. I think there might have been a bit of supporting as that went up. Leaves him with the best of 170 for 12.5 kilo total. Shane McGarry now really under pressure. He lost his balance a little bit on his first attempt, and then his grip went on the second. But you can hear the support from not only from the Irish team. No one wants to see this young lifter bomb out of the competition. We know he's strong enough. We know he can do it. Everyone looks to the referee's lights.
One light, come on.
And that's 3 white lights. And he is in the competition. Gives him 210 deadlift. It's moved him up a place. And he finishes with a 482.5 kilo total. And a huge amount of relief. Vin and Lee Min next. Coming out for 225. We are cleaning the bar between every attempt now as per the rules.
Loading on 2, loading on 1.
Here he comes. Just a shade under 500 pounds. And that was tough to break from the floor. That was a heroic attempt, and he's not phased. He looks happy enough. Leaves him with the best of 220 and a 527.5 kilo total. Last few deadlifts for the 74s. Lorenzo missed this last time. This is 230. Here he comes. Taking a run at it. And he certainly stood up with it. Did the referees like it? They did. That gives him 230 kilos and a 572.5 kilo total. Finishes in 4th place in the 74s. Now, this is where the final placings are decided. Elmeri Kyala from Finland. He's taken a 15 kilo increase to try and take the deadlift silver medal. And his deadlifts have looked superb. The speed off the floor for a sumo deadlift is just incredible. Here we go. It's going. It's going. He's staying patient. He's still pulling. That looked good to me. And it looked good to the referees as well. He is up into silver medal position on deadlift with a 255 kilo pull and 597.5 kilo total. He has the overall bronze medal. He is waiting to see if, we've had some fast changes here from the Croatian and the Kazakhstani lifter. They have traded world sub-junior record attempts. So we've got Teo Calagera on the platform right now with 262.5. The excuse me, that was for the total record. So Calagera from Croatia cannot realistically be caught, except Plakotnikov just made another change. You can change your deadlifts twice. You can change your attempt twice on the final deadlifts. And he has put a Hail Mary on the bar. He's gone up 25 kilos, 285 on the bar to try and take the world title. He's lighter. He's a lot lighter than the Croatian lifter. So he just has to match him and he'll take the title. 285. This is 30 kilos more than he has done in any previous competition. What a heroic attempt for the world title. It's not going. It was worth a try. He had to give it a go. Finishes with 260, 620 total, the gold medal in deadlift and the silver overall. After all that excitement, we move into the 83 kilo class in the second group. And Aaron Haponen from Finland is going to lead the way with 230.
Okay. Bar is loaded. Bar loaded. 230 kilos. Aaron Haponen, Finland.
This is already 15 kilos above his PB. And that's a good lift for Aaron. Ostap Kosik, Ukraine, has requested 230 kilos.
3 minutes to change openers on 1.
Once we have, everyone has their opener in, we'll look at the overall placings and they are close. We're going to see another deadlift battle here for the win, I think. But first, here's Ostap Kosik with a lovely pull.
Please, third vote, please, on 2. Good lift, 3 white lights.
And that was a good lift for Kosik.
Next one in the bar, 240.
240 now, Dara McCullough from Ireland. Relatively new lifter. Oh, easy. That's how your opener should look. Great lift there from Dara. Theo Goff now. Took the gold on bench.
Come on, Theo.
Opening with 240. Very nice, made short work of that.
3 weights and a good lift for Theo at 240.
Same weight on the bar for Lachina.
For David Lachina, Czechia.
Nice opener there for Lachina. We move up a little bit now for Hoxolari, who has requested 245.
Alan Hoxolari, Great Britain, bar is loaded. Come on, Aaron, let's see ya.
Looking quite relaxed as he approaches the bar. Really nice, really fast pull. Lots more to come there, I think.
250 kilos.
Mikolas Sikora, second Czech to come out in this group.
250 kilos.
He has requested 250 kilos. Quite a tall lifter. That bar's got to go a long way, and it certainly did go a long way. Needs to make sure he's not throwing that bar on the platform in his excitement. That's 3 white lights and a good lift for Sikora. Ponomarev for 265.
Bars loaded, 265 kilos. Alexandra Ponomarev.
Here he comes for the biggest deadlift opener of the group. So that got away from him a little bit. The bar rolled forward as he started to pull, so it gave him a little bit of difficulty at transition, but he was well in control of that weight. So that puts him in the overall lead. Ponomarev from Sikora from Goff. But Goff is under huge pressure from Kosick. This is so close. 10 kilos cover the top 4 lifters. So the result column is what they've got so far. The prognosis is what they will get if they get their next lift. Aaron Happonen from Finland. Gone up 7.5 kilos. Ooh, and that's a tough one. That just isn't going.
No lift, unfortunately. A little bit too heavy on this occasion. 240 on the bar now for Ostap Kosick, Ukraine. Bar loaded.
Kosick out next. He's in 4th place. He's absolutely challenging for the podium. But the bigger deadlifter has the power because he comes out next and can react to whatever you do. $240 kilos on the bar. That's a good lift for Kosick. That puts him up to 2nd for the moment, but he is one of the earlier lifters to do his 2nd attempt.
250 kilos, David Lachina, Czechia.
$250 for David Lachina from Czechia. This will put him up to bronze medal position in deadlift. Yes, that was good. 3 white lights. So we're gonna. These attempts are so close, and this is such a tight battle. Darren McCullough's coming out next. If you keep your eye on the graphic that comes up when he approaches the platform, then you can see he is moving his deadlift rank from 5 to 2, but his overall rank will not move. Oh, I hope he hasn't strained anything there. That was maybe just a little bit too heavy today. But we have Theo Goff out next for 255. This will move him up, however temporarily, into the World Championship spot. It will put him in first place overall.
Loaded on 2.
Silver medal on deadlift is great to have, but the real prize is the world title. He is down to 20 seconds on the clock.
Deadlift on 1.
Needs to get on with it. There we go! There it is. He's certainly pulled it. What do the referees make of it? And they say it's a great deadlift. 3 white lights. He's in the top spot.
Loaded on 2.
However, there are still 3 pulls to go in this round. Aaron Hoxolari coming out for 260. He's gone up 15 kilos. This will put him in silver medal position on deadlift, and that was a great pull. No messing about at all. Wow. Sikora next for 270. And we are starting to get up towards the world record. Deadlift is 286.5. Maybe we'll get close to it. Now this will take the top spot back from Theo Goff. If he can lock it out. Looks a tiny bit scrappy. But it's a good lift. 2-1. 2-1. 270 for Sikora. And he's in top spot now. This is going to change hands with every pull. Ponomarev coming out for 275. That's 5 red plates. This will take top spot from Sikora. If he can lock it, it's a tough one. I think he's got it. What do the referees think? Yes, he has gone straight to the top. And Sikora is now down into second place. And Goff in third. They are so tightly packed though. There is 10 kilos spread across the top 3. In fact, there's less than 20 across the top 4. We are going to see this come down to the final pull, I'm sure of it. So we're going to clean the bar now between every round. It seems like more chalk will always let you grip it harder, but if the knurling fills up with chalk, then you don't have the grip from that anymore. So, Aaron Happonen, he missed this last time. Going to have another attempt at it.
Loaded on 1.
Nope, could not get that moving. Leaves him with the best of 230 and a 557.5 kilo total. Ostap Kosic, 4th placed man. He's put another 10 kilos on it. So that will move him up into bronze medal position for the moment. However, he's going to have a tense few minutes watching the rest of the session play out.
Loaded on 1.
Nope, that's going nowhere. So that leaves him with a best of 240 and a 615 kilo total. He's outside the overall podium. Dara McCullough. He needs to wait until bars loaded is cold. He can't just approach the bar whenever he feels like. We need the referees to tell us that it's ready.
Loaded on 1, loaded on 2, let's hit it!
No. Oh, I think he might have just pulled his adductor there. So that leaves him with the best of 240 and 567.5 kilo total. And here we go with Theo Goff. He has put 260 on the bar. This will move up to silver medal position. Still outside the deadlift medals, but the big prize now is the overall. This is for overall silver. And it's a tough lockout. I don't think he can get his hips through. Oh, he is. He has fought that. What do the referees say? No, the referees say that was not locked out. So that leaves Theo with the best of 255. He's still in third medal position as we speak. I don't think anyone can come past him. I think he's on the podium. Oh wait, here's Hoxlari. This will sorry, this will not take the overall. This will take the deadlift bronze. I'm sorry, that was David Lacina. That was David Lacina with 262.5. I'm looking backwards and forwards at all the numbers so fast, I'm misreading what I'm looking at. David Lacina with 262.5. That put him up into third medal position on deadlifts and gave him a 602.5 kilo total. Hoxlari is next for 270. He's fired up in the wings. He's ready to go. Here he comes. This is for the deadlift bronze. It's moving. And he just lost his balance.
I'm sorry, that is no lift.
He's fine. That left him with 260 deadlift and a 602.5 kilo total. Last two pulls. Alexander Ponomarev. He has asked for 285 kilos. The world record is 286.5, but the championship title is the one he's going for. This will move him up ahead of Sikora. Records are fine, but you don't keep those forever. You do keep your world championship win. It's moving. No, not quite. It was worth a try, but that leaves him with 275, 625 kilo total. Second place overall. However, he currently has the gold medal in deadlift, but Mikula Sikora would like to take that away. This will take the deadlift record. This was broken in Helsingborg the last time this competition was held. He's coming out for a world sub-junior record in the deadlift. And he's got it moving, but it won't go past the knee. Leaves him with the best of 270, 632.5 kilo total, and he walks away the world sub-junior champion. Phenomenal lifting there. I really enjoyed that session. I hope you'll stick around for the medal ceremony. We are not finished yet in Halmstad. We have one more session to go. I hope you'll join us for that.
European Powerlifting Federation for over 30 years, Mr. from Norway, Mr. Arlof Wallström. Please give him a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll begin with the 74 kilo squat medals. The bronze medal in the squat from Finland, Elmiri Kujala. Finland, Kujala, please step up to the podium. Your silver medal from Croatia, Teo Kalajera. And your gold medal from Kazakhstan, Vadim Plakhatunov. One more big round of applause for all of our squat medalists. Okay, please step down. Please. Now, to the bench press medals. In bronze medal position, Elmiri Kujala, Finland. In silver medal position, Augustin Lorenzo, Philippines. And your gold medalist from Croatia, one more time, Teo Kalajera, Croatia. Nice to see Croatia here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, one more big round of applause for our medalists in the bench press. Now to the deadlift. Bronze medal position, Teo Kalajera, Croatia. Your silver medalist, Elmiri Kujala, Finland. And your gold medalist, Vadim Plakhatunov, Kazakhstan. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, one more big round of applause for our medalists in the deadlift. All right, now to the overall medals from Finland, Elmiri Kujala. Vadim in silver medal position from Kazakhstan, Vadim Plakhatunov. And your gold medal from Croatia, Teo Kalajera. So I ask that everyone please stand for the playing of the national anthem from Croatia. Russia, can we move to the 83 kilo sub-juniors? Begin with the medals for the squat. Okay, in bronze medal position for the Russian Olympic Committee, Alexander Ponorev. In silver medal position, Mikla Sikora. Silver medal position. And from the Ukraine, Osep Kursk. Gold medal. All right. Round of applause for all our medalists in the 83 juniors, sub-juniors. Now to the bench press. In bronze medal position from the Ukraine, Osep Kursk. In silver medal position, Miklas Sakura. And in gold medal position, Theo Goff. From Great Britain. One big round of applause again for all of our medalists in the bench press. Sub-juniors, 83 kilos. Now to the deadlift. In bronze medal position from the Czech Republic, David Lasina. Silver medal position from the Czech Republic, Miklas Sikora. And gold medal goes to the Russian Olympic Committee's Alexander Pomerev. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the medalists in the deadlift. Now we're going to move to the overall. Thank you, please step down. In bronze medal position from Great Britain, Theo Goff. In silver medal position from the Russian Olympic Committee, Alexander Pomerev. And your gold medalist from the Czech Republic, Miklas Sikora. May I have everyone please stand one more time, please stand for the playing of the national hymn of the Czech Republic. Thank you. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, one more big round of applause for all of our 74 and 83 kilo lifters as the music starts and we march them off. Big round of applause. Good job, gentlemen. So we have one more ceremony, and we need to call out all of the 74 kilo junior male lifters. 74-kilo male lifters. We're going to arrange them, and Xavier is going to tell us when they are ready. All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you all the 74-kilo men junior athletes. Give them a big round of applause. We got a lot of them, ladies and gentlemen. 17. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, I present to you all of the 74-kilo men, junior athletes. Give them a big round of applause. All right, once more, our medal presenters are the president of the International Powerlifting Federation, Mr. Gaston Perage, and the president of the European Powerlifting Federation, Mr. Arnold Wallstrom. Give them a big round of applause. One more time. Come on, give it up. Thank you. All right, I need all of the 74-kilo junior lifters. If you are in the venue, please come to the award ceremony. We need all of the 74. Are we ready to go? Okay. Okay, in the slot, for the medals in the slot, we will begin with the bronze medal for the Russian Olympic Committee, Alexei Serchenko. In the silver medal position from Japan, Yuya Fuji. And from your gold medalist from Great Britain, Ade Amasakin. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you our finalists in the squat competition. Give them all a big round of applause. Now to the bench press. In bronze medal position from Japan, Yuya Fuji. In silver medal position from Norway, Simen Johnson Mirabo. And in gold medal position from the Russian Olympic Committee, Alexei Serchenko. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the medalists in the bench press. Give them a big round of applause. All right, now moving to the deadlift. Your bronze medal from Japan, Yuya Fuji. In silver medal position from Sweden, the home team, Carl Johansson. And your gold medalist from Great Britain, Ade Amasakin. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the medalists in the deadlift. Give them a big round of applause. Now, to the overall medalist. 74 kilo junior. Close competition. Woo, look at that. In bronze medal position from Sweden, Carl Johansson. In silver medal position, just 2.5 kilos ahead of Johansson, Ade Amasakin. And your gold medalist from Japan, Yuya Fuji. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the overall medalists. Please stand for the national anthem of Japan. Please, everyone stand. Please. Please. Thank you. Once more, a big round of applause for our finalists. Now, before all the athletes leave the presentation area, I would ask that you honor them, give them another big round of applause. Great job, gentlemen. Great competition. That's what we would like to see. Thank you. Okay. Okay, the next session will begin at 5 o'clock sharp. We will have the women's sub-junior 63 and 69, sub-junior women 63 and 69 on platform 2. And on platform 1, we will have the women's junior, 57 and 63. An exciting competition. Be there, well worth the price of admission.